Rudolph is painting over there.
He really seems to be enjoying it.
Let's join him and paint together.
Baby Bus, change into little painters! I am a painter, I paint whatever I want. Blue and white, green and red, la 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 la. Painting, painting, do you know what it is? Blue sky and white clouds,
7-colored rainbow.
I am a painter, I paint whatever I want. Square and circle, big and small, ha 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 ha. Painting, painting, do you know what it is? I want to paint a blue sea and little fish swimming there. I am a painter, I paint whatever I want. Hey friends, together now, la 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 la. Painting, painting, do you know what it is? I want to paint a night sky
And a little smile there. I'm a wonderful little painter. Wow! Today, Kiki and Mew Mew became little painters. Let's give them medals.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? Happy Valentine's Day last Sunday. I'm sure you guys had so much fun celebrating Valentine's Day with the people who love you the most. I can't wait to hear how you celebrated Valentine's Day. Did you get some candies and chocolates? Or did you get some flowers, stuffed animals, or cards? Tell me all about it. What we're learning this month is really perfect for the month of love because it is something that we all love, art. Today, we are going to look at some famous artists or some famous painters, and we are going to check out their marvelous paintings. Are you ready? Then let's begin.
Is a me, the most famousest painting in history. 10 million see me every year, not hanging in the Louvre, but in the Louvre here.
Have you seen the painting Mona Lisa? I'm sure you have. Do you know who painted it? Leonardo da Vinci is best known for the Mona Lisa painting. But did you know that he wasn't just a painter? He was also a sculptor, an architect, a scientist, a mathematician, a composer, and an inventor. Leonardo da Vinci loved animals so much, that's why he studied them, and he was a vegetarian. A vegetarian is someone who only eats vegetables. That was very unique during his time. He was also a genius, but he never went to school. He learned writing, reading, and math at home, just like what you are doing today. So I am pretty sure that you guys will all grow up to be geniuses just like Leonardo da Vinci. Now let's learn more about this amazing painter. Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was born on April 15, 1452 in a Tuscan town called Vinci, Italy. At age 5, Leonardo was already very artistic. At age 14, Leonardo learned to paint from a very famous Florentine painter, Andrea del Verrocchio. In Verrocchio's workshop, Leonardo learned so many different things. At the age of 20, Leonardo became a master artist. Leonardo was very close to Verrocchio that he continued working with him. In 1482, Leonardo worked for the Duke of Milan. During that time, Leonardo painted the Virgin of the Rocks and the Last Supper. But Leonardo wasn't only a genius painter, he also made plans to make military weapons like tanks, war vehicles, submarines, and even helicopters. During this time, he also studied the human body and made a sketch of the Vitruvian Man. In 1498, Leonardo completed the Last Supper, a biblical scene of Jesus with his disciples. This painting remains as one of the greatest paintings in the world. In 1503, Leonardo painted what is probably the most famous painting in world history, the Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci died at Clos-Lucé, France, on May 2, 1519, after working for many years for the King of France. As of today, Leonardo da Vinci is still considered the greatest geniuses and visionaries of all times. It's hard to believe that one man can do all of those things. Leonardo da Vinci was a genius and perhaps one of the most remarkable men that ever lived. Did you know that the Mona Lisa was his favorite painting, so he carried this painting around with him? Now let's learn more about the Mona Lisa.
My picture doesn't look like what I'm drawing either. Whoa!
Ta-da! Where are we going? Why did we end up here?
Well, let's see. We were wondering why the wind blew some things around and not other things, and then...
Yes, that is the answer to everything.
Huh? What is the answer to everything?
Exactly. What is the answer to everything?
Leonardo, I'll come back later.
Sure, Mona, you've been sitting long enough.
Huh?
You're Leonardo da Vinci, the great artist and inventor.
Oh, and that's the famous Mona Lisa. Da Vinci, the great Leonardo da Vinci, said that I had the answer to everything.
Yes, all answers come from questions.
Leonardo da Vinci painted this amazing work of art, the Mona Lisa, and it happened at a very special time called the Renaissance. The Mona Lisa is a portrait of a real person. Her name was Lisa del Giocondo. Her husband asked Leonardo to do the painting, but Leonardo never got paid for it, and he didn't finish it until years later when he moved to France. It has remained in France since then and today is owned by the country of France. You can go see the Mona Lisa in a museum called the Louvre, where it is kept safe. Something happened to the Mona Lisa back in 1911, over 100 years ago. Someone who worked at the museum stole the Mona Lisa. He hid the painting in his coat and left. People were very angry. Here is a picture of the wall without the Mona Lisa. Thankfully, the thief was caught after 2 years. Everyone was so excited that the Mona Lisa was back, it made the painting even more famous. There are so many things to love about this painting, one of which is her smile. She looks happy. It's just sad that Lisa del Giocondo never saw what the painting finally looked like. There's one more fact that I'd like to share about Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece. Did you know that the Mona Lisa was painted on a wooden panel? That means the thief who stole the Mona Lisa was hiding a piece of wood in his coat. The Mona Lisa, probably the most famous painting in history, was painted on a wooden panel. That is pretty cool. Now it's time for us to be little Leonardo da Vinci's and paint our very own Mona Lisa. With the help of your mommies or your daddies, you are going to print this out on a cardstock, and we are going to draw her face and her background. Are you ready? Then let's begin. It's art time! The materials that you're going to need for this art project is a printout of the Mona Lisa on cardstock, acrylic paint in primary and secondary colors. The first thing that we're going to do is to draw Mona Lisa's face. Next thing that needs to be done is to draw her background. Where do you want Mona Lisa to be? Do you want her to be in school or at the park? Or maybe you want her to be inside a house? Tala, where do you want Mona Lisa to be?
In her office.
So now Tala is going to draw a background of an office. Now it's time to trace your drawing with a black Sharpie. Now that we've traced all of the drawing with a black Sharpie, it's time to paint our Mona Lisa.
This is Mona Lisa in her office.
It was spectacular to learn about a genius like Leonardo Da Vinci and to know the story behind the Mona Lisa. When I see you on Thursday, we are still going to talk about Leonardo da Vinci, not as a painter, but as an inventor. I will see you next time. Bye for now.
Wow!